Hi YouTube! Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Whatever. As promised. First of all, ta-da! I finished my die organization. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Took me weeks. Weeks and weeks and weeks. But also I'm sick. So, that's why it takes me longer. But at the end, all that counts is that I finished, and I wanted to give up. I will be honest. I wanted to give up, a couple times because it was just so much work. It was for me. However, I said I will share it once I am done, which I'm going to do now. I could not completely finish it because my daughter has to go to Walmart and get me more of those protector sheets. I don't know how you call them. But yeah, once I get them, I will just put a label on, each category. I don't know. I have a problem with this word. So, but how does it work? As you can see, I have this folder here and I have all of the die cuts in there. And I will label it. So at the beginning, I only put animals, which for me, I didn't want to write it out because I need a short word, So for me, this goes into animals. A butterfly goes into animals. Anything basically that is not human but is alive. I guess you can say that. So it's bugs and insects and like everything. It doesn't matter. Oh, I have one. I didn't see, but I need more. Anyways, however, so it's just animals. Then the second one is what I call indoors. So everything I see and I would think of it as indoors, I tried, to organize it. It's my way. So if you see a key and you think outdoors, you should put the key outdoors. You know what I mean? And whatever it is, if you see it, but you don't think indoors, don't put it into indoors because you're never going to find it, basically, or you will have to go through the whole thing. But I decided to do it this way. I also put all of the birthday or balloons indoors because that's what I think about it. I didn't want to make too many, 50 piles and then, have 50 things to go through. No, I wanted it to be condensed somehow, but still work for me. So I do have my indoors. And a basket, for example, I did put indoors, or balloons, which you can see a little bit. This one has Easter eggs, but I still put it indoors and not into Easter because I can cut off the eggs. I use just the basket. So that's why. Next one I called kitchen. And I put everything, all the food and stuff like that into my kitchen. So all the coffee cups and everything like that. And I do have my alphas, which don't have a sleeve yet. Now I do have outdoors as well. And this is self-explanatory. Everything I think about, I see and I think about outdoors. See, I didn't put it into weather or something. I don't need so many because then I would have 3 in there. So I kind of did just this way. I think this is going to work for me better. And even the pinwheels, I think outdoors, this is outdoors. So all the nesting dies, and you see now why I cut them like I cut them. So I can just, stick them into each other and don't have this bulk. So that's why. So all of those are in here. Now, next one is called doilies and rounds. So anything that is round, so I can use it for a wand or something, or a doily goes into here. So see, that's round, and it doesn't really have a shape. It could be an ornament, but it doesn't have to be. So to me, this is better. This one is called Corners and Borders, and those are just from Dollar Tree. I just kept them in here. They were in here, so I kept them in here for now. I'm not sure. Don't think I'm gonna keep them actually. However, corners and borders, so everything that is a corner or a border. And you see, I wrote down doesn't cut bottom, so I know that it doesn't cut off the bottom. You know, I know it right away. And I do have some corners in here. I know you cannot see the whole thing, but it's kind of hard to get it in there, but it doesn't really matter. So next one is called banners and frames. So everything that I consider which has a banner form. So if I see this, I don't see a border. I see a banner kind of. I hope it makes sense. And if I see this one, I see a frame, you know. So it has to work for me. Whatever I think about when I see a die cut, that's where it has to go, because that's where I would look for it, if it makes any sense. And like here, I wrote down that I have to use a shim, so I don't waste the paper. Basically, I know right away, okay, if I'm gonna cut this one, I need to use a shim. Next one is plants, and I just stuck them on top of each other, some of them, because, you know, I can see right away what it is. And I also put those in here because it's making a flower, so basically it makes a plant, right? I had problems with this one because I think plants, but I also think border for some reason. So, but I still stuck it into here. We'll see how that works out. If you are looking for something somewhere else all the time, I would move the die cut or make another die cut and put it in there too. I wrote it wrong, or I glued it the wrong way around, but it doesn't matter. I wrote down that it cuts into the paper. You know, I can basically see it, but I wrote it down right away once again. So this is miscellaneous because I really couldn't think of anything to put this in, you know. So I tried to keep my miscellaneous as small as possible, because if I put everything in miscellaneous, it doesn't make sense at all. So I tried to keep it as small as possible. Actually, I believe it's just one page for me. This is all the lovey-dovey stuff. So anything that has love or hearts, you know, I just put in here. This one as well. Those are my people or girls. I believe I named them girls, and then I decided to write down people, but it doesn't change anything. Just because there was more than just girls. I expected girls, but I also have a boy, you know. So I had to change it because he's not a girl. And I did just, you know, like this when I just glued it on top, so I kind of know what it is. You don't have to do it. And I did do this one wrong. I have to actually kind of mark it. Good thing I just saw it, because this goes into the closet, and I probably thought about this dress. So a dress would go into the closet too, right? But it only fits on this girl. So that's why it's connected, because I'm not going to use it without this girl, most likely. And I put the bows in here just by accident, because this is my closet and this was still my people. So I have to move them. This is the only mistake for now. This is my closet. I put everything in there. You probably won't keep everything in a closet, but, you know, which I would think closet, it fits, it's good. I didn't want to put it into miscellaneous, you know. So everything you can wear, basically, or stick into your closet, like this gift box. It can be a hat box as well. All the bows and everything like that went in here. I do have things. So every die that makes a thing, it makes boxes, right? Or tassels, candy box, whatever. When it makes a thing, like an envelope, I put into here. And all the other ones do not have a sleeve, but they belong into one of the, categories. And I do have one more, which is called, oh, there's one. Why is it stuck? There's one that is called Random Shapes. But I decided, because it's only one sheet, I decided to put Random Shapes and Miscellaneous in one. So I wrote down Random Shape Miscellaneous on my tab, and I know it now. And I do have tags. And this is the only Easter die I have, so I'm gonna make it holiday one, but this was the only one I had, so I kept it in here for now. And this is how it works. Let me show you my box. I have 2 boxes. I hope you can see a little bit. Like this. And what I want to do is probably to put a piece of shelf liner inside so they don't glide like this. But we will see how it works out for me like this. So I wrote down everything I have here, like my alphas, my animals, banners and frames. I even used my, what you call it? I forgot. I forgot. I used that. Oh my God, it's too early. No, never mind. I don't want to think about it. Label maker. See, when I say I don't want to think about it, it comes. I even used my label maker because I thought, okay, you're going to finish this now and forever. I just hope it stays organized. So I do have alphas, and because I don't want to be looking for like baggie number 17, I also divided them. Every 5 baggies, I put B, and then 5 baggies, and I put C. Some of them even have D, like my animals. So how does it work? Let me show you how it works. Let's say I am looking for, let's just do a bunny. I am looking for a bunny. I will have my tabs, which says animals. So I go to my animals, right? I have a project and I think, okay, should I use a bunny or should I use a bear? So I go in here and I look, there are bunnies. I actually like this one, and then I can see, because it's the exact size, I can also see right away if it's going to fit onto my project. I can see which direction he's looking, stuff like that. I'm good. Okay, I think I like this one. It's animal A5. So when I go here, it's animals, and A is always the first round, right? So animals A5 should be my bunny. And look, there he is. And just to show you that it's just random, because some people want proof, right? Pow, just opened it, whatever it is. Of course, it's another one, but nesting C3. And I do have 2 of my boxes, so I'm going to grab the second one. Nesting C, and then I go there, 3. There it is. Look. On some of them, I stack a magnet because there are so many dies, they are going to fall off when you just use your double-sided tape. I'm considering to put a magnet on each of them. I'm not sure yet. But however, I had them organized on a big magnet, but it's much better and cheaper to just put a strip of it and it holds them all anyways. So let's say you cut this out and you played with it and whatever, and now you need to put it back into your organization. You look, nesting C3. I wrote it here and I wrote it here. So you take it and you go like, oh, there's my nesting C1, 2. Oh, here, it belongs right here. You see my point? I hope so. Also, mostly the dies that makes things are bigger than this. So what I did was I put them in the very back. So my things making dies are in the very back. And if I find a baggie which is big enough for that, I'll put it in there. And if not, then not. Whatever. I don't mind. But like I said, I have Alphas, animals, banners and frames, closet, corners and borders, doilies and rounds, indoors, kitchen, love, nesting, outdoors, people, plants, tags, random and miscellaneous, and things. So this is how I organized them. And I also even went ahead and put them into alphabetic order, so I can know right away which box to go to, and I don't have to think or to look through it. And if you ask me, yes, it took me a long time. It really did. First of all, I can always work just a little while at a time, right? And it's hard for me, and I'm very exhausted. So I guess a healthy person would not take that long. But I want to tell you something. If you have a condition and you think, I will never be able to organize, don't think this way. Because as you can see, I have those are tons of dies. If you have seen my videos on showing me all of your dies, there are so many episodes, because those are tons of dies I organized. And I finished. And sometimes all I did was doing like 3 dies in a day because that's all I could do. So step by step, drop by drop, you will finish, Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Sometimes I was thinking I can't do this anymore. And then I thought, whatever, just, don't think about the big picture, how many dice are left or whatever. Just do a couple. Do a couple right now, and then you have a couple less to go. So that's my tip. Just keep moving. If you keep moving and keep doing one by one by one by one, if you don't order faster than you organize, then you will get done. So I really hope that this will work out for me. I tried a couple times and I tried now, and it seems to be like, I can find it really quick. So if I want to make a wand and I think, ooh, I want this one in my wand, all I have to do is to look doilies and rounds, A1, and I know for a fact it takes me a second. Look, it just took me a second. That was random. And then I played with that. I'm done with that. And I want to put it away. Oh, doilies and rounds, A1 right here. Pow. And next time I go there, it will still be right there. You see? So if you do not mess it up, it should stay like this. Try. And this is my problem as well. I'm not telling you that I'm the best organized person ever. All I'm telling you is that I organize my dice. We gotta try to keep up. If you organize your stuff, it's one thing. I think the hardest part is to keep up. So if you get a die in your mail, you just cut it out. First of all, you can see if it cuts well, and then you have your die cut. Go to your organization system wherever, put the die cut where it belongs, and put the die into your box or whatever you are using. What I'm gonna do, and I still have it in my living room and I'm working on it already, I have baggies left over, and what I'm doing right now is I cut myself papers and I prepared the baggies. As you can see, I did cut off the flap. Those are CD sleeves. And I cut off the flap and I just punched, but it didn't really punch, so I had to cut with my scissors. However, I cut myself many more papers now, and I still have sleeves left. And what I'm gonna do is to have a bunch, at least 10, and I will just stick them in the very back of my organization. And I will have somewhere close by, I want to have a pen and something sticky, so I know for a fact that when a die comes in, I have this ready already, Like I said with my organization of the embossing folders, if you don't have your pen ready or your piece of paper you're using or whatever, you will think, oh, I need to get the pen and I need to do this. I'll do it later. And you will just throw it in there and mess it up once again, and never get it done. So that's why you have to prepare everything at once. So when a die comes in, you are good to go. You just have to put it into your baggie and you are good to go. I hope that this helps. You remember me starting out with the little photo albums? No, no, I decided to use this. Yeah, I hope that this helps. And yeah, just helps to stay organized and craft more, because this way we just see what we got. I had so many dies I forgot about, I was like, oh, I want to craft with this one now. So one more thing, and this is not connected to the die organization. I wanted to show you this. So I did organize my stamps, and it's a good organization. I could find them really, really, really quickly, but I always tell you if something doesn't work out for me. So the big ones, where I put 4 of them in there, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, does not work for me. I was making a project and I needed 2 stamps, I believe, and I messed up the sleeve already. So what I'm thinking, I will cut the sleeve in half so I don't have that many dies in there. Because if we put too many, or I put too many, it doesn't seem to work for me. But that's all right, because they are all numbered. So in my stamp organization, which is the same thing like my die organization, I will find them. All I have to do is just to go by the number. So they are all numbered. I can just put them in different baggies. So it shouldn't be a big deal. But I wanted to let you know that the big one just didn't work for me because it has too many dies. And then I get all, I like to work fast. And if I need 2 dies or 3 dies, it's hard for me. Stamps. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps you, really, because I love my new organization. It's even pretty. It's not just useful, it's pretty. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, guys, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Maybe you are doing this forever already and I just started, or if you need any tips or anything I did not explain right or whatever, just let me know. And yeah, I would say subscribe, share, and just enjoy your day. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.